video. Got another banger for you guys here. As you can tell by on the thumbnail, we're going to be going over the Miami Dolphins preseason preview here for you guys. So you Fins fans out there, don't worry. Sadly, we haven't forgot about you yet. But before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you're notified anytime that we upload a video. Now, here's where the fun really starts. As much as I love talking about Tua turn the ball over, we're not going to start with that.
Alrighty. I guess we'll just hop right into it. The Miami Dolphins. We can just go over some stats for them real quick before we get into it. Last year, they finished with a record of 9-8. They were 22nd in points scored, and they were 16th in points allowed. Overall team grades based on PFF, they were the 22nd overall team, 27th in offense, 6th in defense, and then 17th in special teams. It's just PFF grading system. Not going to take that as gospel or anything, but we'll just kind of move on from that and get into what's kind of happened for you guys this offseason. Excuse me. You had the whole Brian Flores ordeal. He's out of the building. You now have brought in Mike McDaniel from San Francisco, and he's brought over with him the assistant head coach and tight end coach, John Embry. They also brought in Wes Welker, the wide receiver coach, with him from San Fran. And then you guys have a bunch of other coordinators and whatnot. You guys brought the run game coordinator from the Chargers over, and he's your guys' offensive coordinator now, Frank Smith. I'm excited for Mike McDaniel. That Kyle Shanahan offense, it always seems to excel, and I think with the weapons you guys have and are adding to, along with a coach that's going to be able to put his quarterback in the best position, I think you guys can see some good success for sure. Mikey, a non-biased point of view on it?
Well, if you have the name McDaniel in your name and you go to be a coach for the first season, you usually crash and burn, a.k.a. Josh McDaniels. Took over at the Broncos there. He crashed and burned. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, things are looking pretty good for the Dolphins, as I hate to say. That Mike McDaniel offense, if it can be, I mean, he has the players to make it as explosive as what the 49ers were last year on offense. I mean, they have a similar receiver kind of in Debo, and Tyreek Hill, that is, to Debo. Little difference, but, I mean, both elite players. They got some running backs, and then all this other stuff. We'll get into those players more, but they have kind of a similar setup there, and a great defense as well. And I think, I mean, they're looking nice, and I don't like it. So, but we'll see how it goes. They're looking good though. Mike McDaniel, all these other guys, bringing in Wes Welker. They got Patrick Surtain as their defensive assistant. So, I mean, they're getting players, or they're getting coaches in the right places, and I mean, we'll just see if they can put it all together to start or for the season.
And I think just one of the biggest questions we have with such a defensive-minded head coach as Brian Flores switching over to such an offensive-minded coach in Mike McDaniel, how that transition is going to be.
Yeah.
Especially with the fact that the Miami Dolphins defense has just been incredible the last few years. I wonder if it's going to drop at all, if it's just going to continue along that path. We'll kind of get into the free agency period for you guys. We'll throw up onto the board all the players that were lost. You guys lost in this offseason. Just to name a couple big ones. Jacoby Brissett, obviously not that big of a deal, but your backup quarterback. Albert Wilson, wide receiver. Phillip Lindsay, the running back. Jason McCourty, he finally retired. Good on him.
Appreciate you, my
And
guy.
then Allen Hurns and Will Fuller, wide receivers, just no longer on the team. Haven't really signed anywhere yet. And then you got Devontae Parker, who you guys traded to New England with. Jesse Davis is you guys' longest tenured offensive lineman. Not that it was like a huge thing, because your guys' offensive line was pretty bad last year. So I think you guys had to just move on and get better players, and that brings
Mm-hmm.
us to the fun part. Players signed this offseason. It is a big list. We'll put it up there as well for you guys, but we'll go
Yeah.
over the big ones. Obviously, one that got Dolphins fans pretty damn excited. Tyreek Hill traded from the Kansas City Chiefs on over. You guys re-signed him to a 4-year deal, $120 million, 72.2 guaranteed. That's a big deal. That's a great piece. If you can see the way Tyreek Hill runs his routes and how quick and agile he is, can you imagine that with the way that Kyle Shanahan and his offense gets players open and the ball to run?
Yeah.
Good night. Everyone likes to make jokes about Tua's arm, and I agree. I don't think that you're going to be seeing many deep balls from Tua,
No.
but that's not like Tyreek Hill's best part of his game. His best part of the game is creating that separation and yak.
Yeah.
And that's what the 49ers did last year. I mean, Debo averaged over 10 yards of yak per catch. I mean, could you? I think it's going to be a great fit. Another really big one, you guys signed Terran Armstead. You guys went really big on the offensive line. Terran Armstead, Connor Williams. You guys added 2 quality starting linemen out of that offense because your guys' run game last year, as I'm sure you guys all know, was piss poor. It was bad. It was really bad.
Terrible.
Yes. And then going in with that same Kyle Shanahan 49er way, your guys' run game was really bad last year, and this year you guys are trying to fix all that, and it's going to be a running back by committee, it looks like, again. You guys signed Chase Edmonds. You guys signed Raheem Mostert. You guys signed Sonny Michelle. You guys still have Miles Gaskins. You guys re-signed Ahmed.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, Ahmed. And I mean, obviously, I don't think all of them are going to be on the team
Yeah.
at the end of that point, but they should get some running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Should get some sort of production, you would hope. And then kind of big re-signing for you guys. You guys re-signed Preston Williams, probably your third or fourth. I would say probably fourth wide receiver. You guys re-signed Sheldrick Redwine, who's a pretty good young backup depth piece. Mike Gesicki, he got the tag.
Mm-hmm.
And then the big one, Emmanuel Ogba, your guys' leading sack last year.
Gotta
He
keep
re-signed
him.
on a 4-year deal.
Yep.
Yeah, he's really good. I was hoping he'd come back to Cleveland, but you guys re-signed. Good for you. And then another one that I'm super excited about. I am a homer though. I'm a Boise State fan, so I like my Cedric Wilson. He is a really good third wide receiver, and honestly could be a wide receiver too. But just having him with Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and then Preston Williams, that increases that offensive weapons for Tua by a ton. I think it's going to be a great fit. I think all of them do what that scheme is going to do well, which is getting open and creating yak.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be. I think it's going to be a dangerous offense. I think it could be really good.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add?
Not looking forward to it. Oh, I am looking forward to watching it when they're not playing the Patriots. So.
That is true.
Yep.
Um,
Move on to
Go
what?
ahead, Mikey.
I was gonna say move on to who they drafted. I mean, not like they really had much of a draft anymore after signing Tyreek Hill by trading away the farm for the hill.
Yeah. Just quickly before we get that, you guys also did pick up Teddy Bridgewater as a
Oh,
backup
yeah.
for you guys for depth. Probably should get that. We can go over the draft, I guess.
I mean, they had 4 picks.
So go ahead.
But I do like the Channing Tindall one, linebacker out of Georgia in the 3rd round. Obviously, that Georgia defense was really good last year, and Channing Tindall and Nakobe Dean were focal points kind of in that defense, or at least in kind of the secondary aspect of it, with Trayvon Walker and oh my God, I'm spacing on the other guy's name, Devontae Wyatt. Is that his name, right? Devontae Wyatt and
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, Jacoby Dean and Channing Tindall were like main linebackers in that team. They both played amazing, and I think getting a guy like Channing Tindall in the third round is pretty good. So
No, my bad. I thought you were just talking about the line. No, the Kobe Dean and Channing Tindall and the outside linebacker that the Packers drafted were the linebackers. Devontae
yeah,
Wyatt is the D tackle
yeah,
with.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. I was saying Jacoby Dean and him were the linebackers, or they're like the focal point of that defense, but like in the secondary aspect, kind of, because you had Devontae Wyatt and Trayvon Walker on that
Right.
defensive line.
That was on me. I thought I gave you bad information. My
No,
bad.
you good.
Who else did they get?
In the fourth round, they got Eric. Uzakanma,
There you
Uzukanma,
go.
wide receiver out of Texas Tech. Man, what a name! Like fast dude. I mean, I feel like that's just what they're going for now. They just want, man, I want speed, speed. They're like, they got that Tyreek Hill, and they're like, so this is the power of speed. So,
Sir. Speed and yak. That's what.
yep.
That's that offense right there.
Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, just two kind of, if they work out, they do. If they don't, well, you're only a seventh round pick. And Cameron Good out of a linebacker out of California, and then Skylar Thompson, quarterback out of Kansas State. Probably one of the drippiest white boys in the league if he stays on the roster.
Gosh, Michael. Oh man. Um, but yeah, it's just interesting. Like, kind of, we're moving on. Like, kind of go over their lineup and then some questions we've got. But with that draft with Eric, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could just tell what they're coming in for. I mean, if you, I'm sure many Dolphins fans have heard, like, listened to the interview with Pat McAfee and Mike McDaniel, and Mike McDaniel talks a ton about like Tua and how much he likes Tua and the abilities he has and what they can do with him. And you can just kind of tell just with the way that they're building the team now that they're going all in for him, right? Like they got to find out if Tua's your guy. We've made a video about Tua, whether we believe in him or not. Um, and what matters is Mike McDaniel does and the offense that he runs. I think Tua can run it. I think so. I mean, he's like he was saying is like Tua is extremely accurate within like a certain frame of the field, but the way that the offense is run, like they're getting weapons that fit what he does best. So I'm excited to see what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as for like the running back room, I think that I could see I could see Sony Michelle starting, taking like the bulk of the runs, and then Raheem Mostert and him kind of splitting the running, and then Chase Edmonds being used as a kind of like a threat on for the receiving game.
Yeah.
Um, then again, seriously, like I see Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert, Sonny Michelle, Miles Gaskin, and then Salvon Ahmed, and I see this is the 49ers team. One player is going to blow up one week, and then the very next week, that player is going to get the ball running, and then that player is going to get the ball running. It's just going to be like pick your poison.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see it. Kind of already gone over all the weapons. Offensive line has improved quite a bit. The defense really hasn't changed too much. You guys still have Emmanuel Ogba starting, Jerome Baker, Jalen Phillips, Landon Roberts. You guys still have Xavier Howard, Byron Jones, Nick Needham. Javon Holland is a really good safety. Eric Rowe is a really good safety. Brandon Jones is a good safety. Like I'm excited to see what this team does. Um, but as for like what you guys have done in the offseason approaching this 2022 season, that's kind of the gist of it. That's the most of what we got. Um, do you have any questions, Mikey, based on like what are your questions for this team? What is questionable? What do you think's going to happen?
Can they do it with a new head coach and a whole new system and a whole new everything? New weapons, new kind of new line in a sense. Just everything's almost new except for that defense mainly, but new defensive coordinators, new this. Like, can can they put that all together and put together a playoff type season? Most of the times, does it happen in the NFL? Eh, yes and no. I don't know, but I don't know. It all depends if they're ready for it. I mean, That's one of my big questions. Is can they put it all together? Basically, you have all this nice stuff on paper. You have all this nice stuff that they added in the off season. All this nice stuff and blah 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 and talk real good about Tua. Oh yeah, Tua's great. Tua's more accurate than Patrick Mahomes. Blah blah blah. Sure. Can they make it happen though? You can talk all you want in the off season, but it's making it happen.
Right.
So
Um, yeah, I guess we're gonna have to see. Obviously, I I think it can happen. I think it's pretty possible. I think their range is 8-9 to 8 wins to 11 wins is kind of where I can see them going. Depending on how well it goes, just how quickly can they mesh together.
mm-hmm.
Um, and then I don't know. Will they make the playoffs? Will they make the playoffs, Mikey?
I don't think.
Obviously they're contenders for it.
I think they are playoff contenders. I don't think they'll make it this year, just because I don't think it's going to start off as well as everyone thinks it's going to. I don't think they're going to hit the ground running from week one. I think that they're going to struggle for a few weeks, and then they're finally going to get that ball rolling and get that groove going with that whole new system and everything. I mean, you can practice it all you want, but until you're in a real game doing it, I mean, it hits different in a sense. If so, I don't think they make playoffs this year.
Well, to kind of end it off, we have the 2021 record of last year. It was 9-8.
hmm
Mikey, do they improve on that? Do they stay about the same, or are they going to get worse this year? You think?
I say they stay the same. I think they go
Stay
nine
the
and
same.
eight.
I'm gonna be a little bit more optimistic. I'm gonna go with they're on the high. Everyone's excited.
Hmm.
I believe in Mike McDaniel and that scheme that comes from the Kyle Shanahan offense. I mean, Tua basically just has to be like a top half of the league quarterback, and that's a really legitimate playoff roster. Um, I'm gonna say like they improve a bit. I think 10 wins is probably where I'm gonna think they're gonna get 10 wins. I think 10-7 is a fair assessment. But if you guys have made it to the end of this video, we do appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on so you guys can be notified when we drop more videos. And Dolphins fans, let us know in the comments down below how excited you guys are, because I know you guys are excited for this upcoming season.
Oh yeah, I would be too.
Right? Mikey would die for some wide receivers like that under the Patriots, whatever team he's on.
Yeah, no
But
kidding.
apart from that, we'll catch you guys later for some more videos. Deuces.
Peace out.